Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Awakened Healings with Jess, and today I'm going to be talking about the energy of the full moon in Libra that's going to be happening on Friday the 20th of April. This reading will cover the third week of April. Gosh, I can't believe time is flying, from the dates of 14 through 21. Okay, so what I'd like to discuss with you all is how the full moon energy is going to impact us and sort of what that means. But before we get started, I like to try something a little bit new with you all. I like to ask you to join me in creating sacred space. I'm going to be using my Tibetan singing bowl. I'll give it a few rings. We'll take a nice cleansing inhale and exhale. I'll do it one more time. Again, taking a nice cleansing breath. And it's just going to help us settle into the energy, settle into the mindset, and just, kind of get on the same wavelength, okay? All right, here we go. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. So, Libra full moon. Before I start shuffling, I just kind of want to talk about what it means and what's going on astrologically and cosmically. So we are having our full moon in the sign of Libra, 29 degrees, and this is considered a rare event because it's rare that we have two full moons in the same sun sign. We had the full moon in Libra last month on the 20th of March. And basically what we're being gifted with is that we have a full moon cycle to really focus on our relationships and examine who's in our lives, for what purpose, and how that's really going for our highest good. But Libra is all about community, and it's specifically all about relationships and creating balance within our lives. So as I said in the previous videos, if you've checked in, I do weekly videos talking about the cosmology and the astrology. You'll remember me saying that this is sort of a who gets to make the cut type situation here at the end of this lunar cycle. This lunar cycle has really caused a lot of us to go deep within, especially with the Aries New Moon that happened on Friday the 5th of April. That energy of the new moon was extremely potent, and it caused a lot of deep emotions that were deeply embedded with us to surface and to be released. I don't know about you guys, but for me, the Aries New Moon surprisingly was extremely strong and potent for me. I definitely did a major release. It was a deep karmic release that I wasn't expecting to come out, but it did. So I'm grateful and thankful for that, because what it's doing is that it's cleansing the past, and it's creating new space for new opportunities to come in, right? We are still definitely within a period of rebirth and renewal and new growth. It's springtime. We're at the tail end of Aries season, so it's the beginnings. Lots of new happenings, new beginnings are happening now, but they can't come in unless we clear the path, clear the space. And for those of you, I'm curious, please comment below on how the Aries new moon impacted you, because I'd love to hear about that. But now with the full moon happening next week, it's gonna highlight, okay, what was released, now who's here, but let's look at that. Let's look at the relationships. It's not just external relationships too, friends, family, and lovers, but it's examining your relationship with yourself. And I think that's most important. I think that's something that's getting missed in a lot of the messages that many of us are receiving. It's all about self-love, self-worth, and ensuring that you're doing the self-care in order to maintain your energy levels, to attract the people, the opportunities, the growth, the goals that you're trying to bring into your lives. Because you have to also make sure that your energy is in alignment to attract everything that you desire. If you're out of alignment and you're trying to manifest and you're doing it from a place of frenzied energy or anxiety, it's not going to work. You're going to call in something different, something that you did not want. Another thing that this moon is also reminding us to do is that we have to surrender. And that's something that's a theme from the Aries new moon, is all about surrendering, letting go, and detaching ourselves from the idealized outcome. It's detaching ourselves from what we want our future to look like, what we want that relationship to look like. And we right now are being called to let go of the how and the when that relationship is going to come into our lives, that new job opportunity is going to come into our lives, that new idea, goal, or dream, how that's going to come into our lives. We have to detach ourselves. All we have to do right now is say, you know what? This is what I'm asking the universe to bring into me. I am desiring true love. I am desiring an opportunity in my life that I can flow with and that will flow with me. I am desiring to move into this house that I've been dreaming of. I'm desiring this book deal to come in. I'm desiring this investor to back me. Okay? So we have to ask the universe for help. And when we ask, we are ultimately becoming vulnerable. We're opening ourselves up to the universe to say, I need your help. I need assistance in helping me bring in everything that I desire. But once we're done asking, you have to surrender, let it go, and detach ourselves from the outcome. Because the moment that we start dictating, you are going to be this person in my life, and I want you to come in on this date or this time frame because this is how it's going to fit into my timeline and the rest of my life. We can't do that. When we start doing that, we're calling in fear. We're bringing in anxious energy, and we're doing it from a sense of codependency, because that's not love, right? And what's going to happen is that when we start trying to control and manipulate and literally manhandle our timelines and manhandle our storylines, you may actually have an adverse effect or the opposite effect of what you're trying to manifest, what you're trying to do. Remember, people have free will. So if you're trying, for example, if you're trying to call in a romantic relationship, if you're doing it from a place of control, a place of impulse, a place of dictation, that energy is going to be sent out and received by the person that you're trying to attract. It may actually repel them because it's not an energy that's welcoming and inviting and supportive of them. Okay, does that make sense? So they may actually choose to say, you know what, something doesn't feel right with this connection. Something is repelling me from that person. And maybe they were thinking of re-entering a union with you or establishing communication with you, but they may actually feel repelled, be like, you know what, no, I'm good. Just because of something that's happening energetically. And you can also disrupt their timelines, right? Every one of us has our own set of 5D timelines that are starting to crystallize right now into the 3D. So what we do in the 5D impacts how things are going to come into fruition here in the 3D. So if your energy in the 5D is ridden with anxiety and stress and control and manipulation, your 3D world will not look like what you want it to look like in the 5D. Okay? So that's something really important to think about right now. That's really what's going on with the Libra full moon, especially with the Aries new moon. Like I said, the Aries new moon had a very deep, profound cleansing effect, and it did so for a reason. So if those of you who came out of union with your twins or soulmates, allow it to happen. Just flow with it and surrender your goal, your idea, your intention for what you're trying to manifest and co-create. Put it out to the universe, but give it up. You can't control it. You can't dictate. You can't will it into being, because when you're willing actively, like, oh, I want to bring this into my life and it has to happen. Why is it not happening? you're really going to push it away. You're really going to push it away. Check out my Instagram site, Awaken Healings. I posted this really cool image that sort of talks about letting go, and the description below talks about detachment. So some of you may find that helpful, all right? But check out my Instagram, check out my Facebook page as well, awakenhealings.com. So there's some interesting content. All right, let me start shuffling here. I'm going to use the Moon Goddess Oracle deck to pull some themes for the week. There's a lot going on, a lot of shifts, a lot of transitions. I know that this time period right now has not been easy for a lot of you. Hasn't been easy for me, but you know what? I'm just allowing the changes to happen. I'm allowing the transformation to happen, because right now also, speaking of transformation, Uranus is coming into planetary alignment to impact the energy that's going on right now with, you know, the Libra full moon. And Uranus is all about transformation and change. So it is happening. Changes are happening for a reason, and they're happening on the grand scale. So really flow into it, allow it to happen, and you'll be pleasantly surprised in how things come up for you all. Patience. I love it. It's exactly what we need right now, is to be patient. You know, I've been doing a lot of readings lately, and patience is one thing that's been coming up in everyone's sign. Check out my YouTube page as well, because tonight or tomorrow I'll be releasing the mid-month Zodiac readings, and patience is one of the themes. All right. Also, check out the video for the Aries New Moon. You may find some interesting nuggets of information there. And then there's, like I said, I do these weekly. So, yeah, there may be some nuggets of information and guidance and things that you missed in either your Zodiac reading or in these weeklies. But, you know, anytime you check out those videos, it's in divine timing. Excuse me. It's in divine timing for you to receive those messages. You know, these videos are general in nature, and just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But, you know, they're timeless, so that way you can maybe come back, and maybe something that didn't make sense then now suddenly makes sense 6 months later. All right? So what came out was gratitude and creation. Definitely. We are definitely in a time of creation. All right, so those are the themes of the week. Let me go ahead and move these out of the way. So patience, gratitude, and creation. Let me just show these one more time. And here's what we're working with right now for this week. I think this is definitely ideal given the amount of energy and transition that many of us are experiencing with the Aries New Moon on the 5th, the Libra full moon on Friday the 20th. It is definitely a time to create our new lives. Many of us have ended major cycles. Let me move my crystal. Many of us have ended major cycles relating to the past. You know, past karma. Some of us are ending karmic soul contracts. You know, and many of us are starting new beginnings. So creation is definitely a good word for us this week. Continue to co-create from your highest selves. Breakthrough. I like it. Yeah, many of us are having major breakthroughs right now, just with what we're releasing and what's coming in for us energetically. It's definitely a new time for us. We're up-leveling ourselves, and many of us are starting new chapters in our lives, new cycles in our lives, which will elevate you to a higher level of being. Maturity reversed. But a lot of us, the trick is we just have to relax and flow. If we're in a state of flow, flowering, reversed. If we're in a state of flow, then everything that we're trying to come into, everything that we're trying to call into our lives will definitely flow with ease. Yes, going with the flow. Okay, I'm loving this. This is exactly what I've been talking about. And the master, the Zen master. All right. Bottom of the deck is consciousness reversed. Okay, so what I'm seeing for all of us this week is, you know, we are definitely experiencing a major breakthrough moment, right? And this is not the Tower card, okay? That's something different. This is not the Death card either. What this is saying that you are finally fed up and sick and tired with how you were doing things previously, maybe with old thought patterns, maybe with a certain career path, or maybe with the way you're allowing yourself to be treated. But this is something big. This is something internal that is rising up from deep within your core to say, you know what? Screw all this. F you all. I'm done with this way of being. I'm done with this way of existing. I'm done with this lifestyle. I'm done with this mentality. I'm done with this career path. I'm just done. I'm done with this relationship. I'm done being treated, you know, in this manner. I desire change, real change. And this is how I'm going to start living my life. And this is now my truth. And you all either need to deal with it and up level with me or get the hell out of my life. Right? It's as simple as that. So this is what's going on energetically in your lives. And this is part of the new cycle that many of you all are starting. This is the new you emerging. The one thing I do want to caution, just because of Uranus, the planet of transformation, there is a sense of impulsive energy right now going on. So I just want to say, don't force timelines. Don't try and force information, and just kind of settle into it. Literally flow, okay? And we're not doing that because it came in reverse, but let's talk about that. So many of us right now are probably very excited about all the changes that are going on in our lives, you know, and it's new, it's exciting. We probably did some major releases. It's like, all right, let's get going with our lives. Cool. Just don't force it. Let the energy flow. Let yourselves flow with the energy, okay? So second card that came out is maturity. This is the Ace of Pentacles, or excuse me, Ace of Rainbows in this deck. Could be regarded as the Ace of Pentacles in the regular tarot. But when maturity comes in, this is the ultimate abundance card for this particular deck. This is the Osho Zen Tarot deck that I'm using right now. And this is a gift. This is a gift and a head nod from the universe, acknowledging all of the work that you have done on yourselves. You've done a lot of shadow work. You've done a lot of releasing. You've let your emotions surface, and you're acknowledging where those are coming from. You've probably done some core wounding work, and you've probably examined the root of some of those woundings, and that's major work. That's tough. But in doing so, all that is done for your highest good, for your highest up-leveling. And it's preparing you for the next phase in your life. And it's releasing the old karma that you once dealt with. You've learned the karmic lessons, and now you're ready to start this new cycle, brand new, enlightened, smarter, wiser, stronger. But it came in reverse. So this suggests that there may be some hesitations about what's happening in your lives. This may be some hesitations with maybe the space clearing that's required. But if you hesitate, and if you delay, and if you doubt, this maturity card, the abundance, will be blocked. All right. And it kind of goes in line with what I was talking about earlier in the beginning of the video before I started shuffling, was that when we're in a state of control, when we're in a state of anxiety, or when we're sort of like in a fear-based energy, we know what we want. We're like, okay, I want this, and that. I want this person, and this is how it's going to be. When we start really dictating what we really want and how it's going to be and when, we block abundance. Okay, and like, again, we're just hurting ourselves, and energetically we're impacting the people, the opportunities, and so forth that we're trying to call in, because they do have free will. So remember that people have free will, and if it doesn't feel right to them energetically, you're going to repel them, and they can choose to not enter your life with you in whatever way it is that you're trying to call them in. So we have the flowering card. okay? And she is the Queen of Rainbows, Queen of Pentacles in the regular tarot deck, and she is the ultimate card of abundance. You know, she is soft feminine energy. She is full of love. She's full of just, you know, support and family. And I mean, I can't say it any better, but abundance. She is pure abundance and feminine energy. And it's reversed because I feel like some of us are struggling with tapping into our feminine energy and tapping into our Queen of Rainbow energy, Queen of Pentacle energy. I think what's happening is the energy of this breakthrough is so frenzied and so exciting and so strong that it's maybe pushing some of you out of alignment and not trusting, you know, the higher good. But you have to go with the flow. You have to allow these changes to happen as they're happening. You have to allow the space to be cleared in however form it's coming in order to turn those abundance cards that are reversed to make them upright. Okay? But right now, with all that excitable energy, because we're still in Aries season, so Aries is also a very fast-moving, motivated fire energy that it brings in quick results, and it's all about I am. That's the theme of Aries, which is fine, but again, you have to allow yourself to become vulnerable and ask the universe to bring in what it is that you want to bring in. Then surrender, trust, and detach yourself from the outcome. And just know that it's going to happen in perfect divine timing with you. Okay? But since this is reversed, I feel like many of us are struggling with the flow. Struggling with letting go. Struggling with the detached, with detachment. Okay, many of us are still attached to that image, that idea, that dream of how it's supposed to look. It's coming. Just don't know when. And it may come in a little bit differently, but just trust that whatever is coming in for you is probably going to be a hell of a lot better than what you could have ever written for yourself. Okay? And I think that is the major message here. So we have the Zen Master. When Zen Master comes in, this is all about releasing egoic thought, getting outside of our analytic minds, getting outside of, you know, just our thoughts and going deep within our hearts, going deep within our souls, trusting the universe, trusting our intuition, aligning our intuition with the divine, tapping into our spirit guides and having more conversations with our spirit guides to assist us in co-creating and manifesting a life that's in the highest good of all. Not just for you, but that's in the highest good of all. Because many of us are trying to manifest relationships. Well, the relationships just isn't about you. It's about the other person too. So when you're manifesting and when you're thinking about what it is that you want, what you're trying to call in, it has to be for the highest good of all. Okay? And that's where the trust and the surrender and the detachment comes in, because your beloved, your twin, your soulmate, they have their own set of timelines. They have their own destiny, right? And what you're trying to do energetically is to bring in those timelines together in the 5D so they can crystallize here in the 3D. Okay? But it has to be done in divine timing and for the highest good of all. So that's something that we're being called to remind ourselves with. Like I said, bottom of the deck is consciousness. This is the Ace of Clouds, and this came in reversed. Okay, the Ace of Clouds is synonymous with the Ace of Swords in the regular tarot deck. So this is about clarity. Clarity in our thoughts, you know, receiving information, but it's coming in reverse because I feel like there's this sense to control, this sense to, you know, to want to force something. You know, we have our own preconceived ideas. We have an idea of what we want our life to look like, what it is that we want to bring into. But that's not constructive to manifesting and co-creating, because when we're stuck and when we're attached, things that we're trying to call into can come in from a sense of codependency. And that's no good. That's toxic. That's toxic energy. And that's not going to be what it is that you intended to call into your lives. Okay? But seriously, just have patience. Continue to express gratitude. Because gratitude, when we operate from an energy of gratitude and graciousness, speeds up our ability to manifest. Right? Speeds up our ability to create. Okay? And again, these were the themes for the week. So lots going on for us this week. It's been a major, April has been a major month. Yeah, and it's not over. There's still more to follow. So what I want to do is I'm going to pull some cards from the Untamed Oracle, just to kind of see what else is coming in for us, and if there's any areas that we need clarification on. This deck has a unique way. Patience. Oh my God, we're getting it twice. Oh, I love it. I love it when there is synchronicity within the readings. Yes, I think patience is going to be the theme of this week for everybody. Oh, I love it. But like I was saying, these cards have an interesting way of confirming the messages that we just heard and foot stomping areas that we need. Security. All is well in our worlds. I know it may feel topsy-turvy right now, and we may feel like, oh my God, my entire way of being is being, torn down, or it's unstable, it feels shaky, I feel like I'm going to lose this relationship, I feel like I'm going to lose this job opportunity, oh my God, trying to buy a house, I feel like the loan or the funding isn't going to go through. You're all good. You're all good. You're being divinely guided, you're being taken care of. The universe hears you. You just have to have patience and trust. Ultimate trust, That's the key. And then the flow with it. Allow it to happen, because, it's exciting. And, I know many of us are like, oh, I want this to happen. It has to, why isn't it coming in faster? Why is it taking so long? But, there is something to be said about being surprised and allowing the surprises to happen. We just have to have strength and endurance. So endurance is coming out. This is all about being able to weather the storm, and it's all about inner strength, because this is a tumultuous time period, and we had the breakthrough card right at the beginning of the reading. That's big energy, huge energy. It was a major arcana card as well. It's the 11 card. I love it. It's the 11 card, so it's in divine order and divine timing, okay? So have faith in that. I'm hoping that this reading is showing you the signs and synchronicities that the divine is here with all of us, that your spirit guides are with you, that you are being protected and guided by your guardian angels, and that yes, it may feel confusing and chaotic and unstable, but you know what? It's not. That's all about change. It's tearing down the old to rebuild the new, more stronger, more beautiful, increasingly better than anything that you could have ever imagined for yourself. So trust and have patience. We just need 2 more cards from this deck. But yeah, like I said, this is a major period of transformation with Uranus. And like I said, Uranus has a frenzied energy. So just really resist the impulse to force timelines, choice. Some of you may be having to make big decisions, all right? And that could be flowing with the decision or remaining steadfast and be like, nope, not changing my mind. That's my decision. So depending on what it is that you're working on will determine on whether you need to embody the energy of water or the characteristics of stone. Bloom. Yes. This is all about self-love, self-worth, authenticity, and blooming into who you are. Okay? So, bottom of the deck is have faith. This is a faith card. It's all about trusting that the universe has your back. staying incredibly grounded. I don't know if you can see it, but up on top, it's like a wintry forest. But this is the magnificent root system that is deeply embedded into the earth. This is deep, deep, deep earth energy. This is extremely grounding and healing energy, and is asking all of you all to have faith. Be patient. Okay? So, like I said, out of what came out was patience. We saw that, you know, in the reading, in your themes, security, all is well. This is all about abundance. This is all about your hearth and home. This is all about your finances, food on the table, the ability to provide for your family and for yourself. It's all good. Right now, you're just being asked to endure, to remain steadfast and strong. This is the cactus, and I love the images of the cactus because these are extremely sturdy and hardy plants. They live in extremely austere environments. And I mean, they experience extreme weather, you know, extreme heat, drought, whatever. But you know what? Regardless of all that, they still have the ability to bloom. To bloom. I love it. I love that this is happening. So, yes, tap in, you know, to the energy of the cactus. It's tough, and it has the prickles, you know, to protect itself and to prevent harm from coming in, but inside it's filled with water. You know, it's flowing energy, and water has a cleansing and purifying effect. And then it has the ability to bloom, to blossom. You know, we're met with choices right now on what direction it is that we want to go in our lives. Some of us have some major choices to make. And this could be surrounding family, friends, romantic partners. This could also be business dealings. This could be things with you. What's going on in your life? Are you going to choose to love yourself more, and to bloom? Or are you going to be afraid and choose to remain in what feels comfortable and what you've been doing all along in the same energy and same headspace? Because right now it's all about cycles and new beginnings. And if you choose to remain in the same headspace and the same way of doing things, just be forewarned that you may be repeating karmic lessons in your new cycle. And if it wasn't so great this time around, it's not going to be great the second time around, because when we have to relearn karmic energy, when we have to relearn karmic lessons, it's tough. It's way harder. So make the choice that you know is for your highest good, and just trust that the universe has your back, because you're being asked to bloom into yourself. Like I said, this is all about self-worth, self-love, authenticity, stepping into your own truth, showing up into your new life renewed. Because remember, you're having this breakthrough, and this is about you saying enough. I am fed up with this crap. No more of being treated this way. No more of conducting business this way, so forth and so forth. You're being asked to bloom. Okay? All right. Let's pull some wisdom of the shamans and see what's coming through for us this week. Usually with the shamanic oracle, these cards have an incredible way of just putting down guidance and information that we really need to hear and to receive. And what I like about these cards is that they kind of add an extra layer of sage wisdom to the messages and themes that we're receiving this week. Okay? So I'm just going to pull 3. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, okay. Interesting. That's really interesting. Remember how I was telling you all about trying to not manipulate a situation or a person, trying to not dictate and direct your timelines? The Sorcerer card just popped out, and it's all about it's all about cautioning against manipulation. It's, you know, cautioning about, it's highlighting the fact that you're operating from a dark place in your psyche and you may not even realize it. So, and then second card out is the Beloved card. This can be regarded as the Lover's card in the regular tarot deck. But it's about, oops, can't take that. All that just really, sorry. This one fell out though. Tree of Life. Okay, so we have 3. Bottom of the deck is the Rattle. Okay. So, Sorcerer. The Beloved. Tree of Life. And I already showed you the Rattle. Now for this part, I have to read from the book. There's a lot of imagery and symbolism that I don't want you all to miss, and the messages here are too important to muddle up. So I really want you all to get this. So we have the Sorcerer, came in upright. This is the source of dark power. The Sorcerer represents the destructive aspect of the human psyche and the self-centered behavior that harms others. It's exactly what I was saying at the very beginning of this reading before I even pulled cards. Self-centered behavior that harms others. It symbolizes the unconscious beliefs and ideas that foster separation, conflict, and scarcity. When the Sorcerer enters your circle, now this is the message for you, you're being called to look at how your beliefs around scarcity and self-centered fear manifest in your world. Examine the destructive part of your psyche that misuses power or harbors feelings of resentment, vengeance, lust, greed, bigotry, or hatred. Perhaps you've harmed someone because of these dark tendencies. If so, all is not lost. You have only forgotten that all beings are interconnected and the universe is abundant. The Sorcerer arrives to challenge you to change your thinking. You're given a second chance. Correct your course and practice not blaming others for the darkness that lives inside you. Make peace with it and choose another way. Okay? So I love that this came out because it is really confirming the theme and the energy that's going on around us. Like I said, major transformations are happening energetically with the planets and the moon cycles. Everything's in alignment and it's happening as it needs to happen. However, it is causing many of us to want to control, and it's causing many of us to freak out because the energy is so, you know, it's so fast moving. But we can't do that, because when we try and control, we inadvertently harm others. Okay, so Beloved came out, and this is the recognition of spirit in another and moving towards spirit through the other. It is when the divine appears to us in the form of our child, our partner, our friend, and we experience being in love. As we grow, Hello everyone, sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties and the camera just suddenly shut off in the middle of the reading for the Beloved card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from there so we can finish up this reading, and I'll see what I can do about getting the two videos to merge. Okay, so if you see, if I do successfully complete that task and you see a jump in the video, that's what happened. My video for some reason just literally stopped recording and it started to upload, and yeah, so I'm going to try and stitch this together some way somehow. All right, so the Beloved card, let's start from here. The Beloved is the recognition of spirit in another and moving towards spirit through the other. It is when the divine appears to us in the form of our child, our partner, our friend, and we experience being in love. As we grow, we start to recognize the Beloved in everyone, not confusing their personality with their divine nature. So this is the message for you all. Accept the invitation to learn through the path of love. Expand your being through union with another. When you recognize the Beloved in another, you call forth their highest and purest nature. Follow the path of love. I love this card. It is absolutely beautiful because I feel like it's all about the purest form of love. It's not just romantic love. It's not passion. It's not sexual. It's not that heated desire. It is the pure essence of love. You know, it's reminding ourselves to approach life and to approach all people with an opened heart chakra. And that was a theme from last week. If you check out last week's video, I talked about it, about not only, you know, calling in love, but the way we call in love is to come from a loving, kind place, you know, opening up our heart chakra, really putting out the energy of love to those around us, and to doing more acts of kindness, because when we give love, we receive love. And this is just all about increasing our karma, our positive karma. Okay, so third was the tree of life. And the tree is a sacred symbol throughout the Americas. Its deep roots reach into the lower world, the unconsciousness, while its branches reach to the heavens, the source of destiny. To be whole in your life's journey, it's important to have deep roots and high branches. A tall tree with shallow roots falls in the first wind, but a tree with deep roots can weather any storm, right? So this is sort of synchronistic with the faith card that we saw, all the deep roots. And it's just interesting that we're seeing it again, you know, coming out in the shamanic oracle card. But it's all about getting grounded and just staying rooted in our truth. So the message for you is to find health and balance in your life. Reflect on how you dance with your actions, your thoughts, and your feelings. If you are too much in your thinking head or in a world of fantasies and daydreaming, connect more with your roots and physical body. If you're caught in the mechanical doing and you're feeling stuck, not able to imagine a better life for yourself, open yourself to be inspired by the heavens. Let your roots and your branches be aligned with your heart's longings. Yeah, so it's just about expanding yourselves. You know, like just like it said, if you're feeling stuck and you feel like you can't see a better way beyond what your circumstances are, allow yourself to reach. Allow your thoughts to grow and to just bloom, right? To just blossom and think big. Allow yourself to think big. And even though you may feel like, oh, well, it'll never happen, that's limited thinking. If you continue to say that to yourself, it never will. But allow yourself that what if, maybe can I? You know what? This is what I want. Universe, please help me bring this in. You're going to change your path, your direction, your destiny. Okay? So what I like to do next is I want to call in, I like to use the Pure Love Oracle. This is just sort of a cool way to check in with divine masculines, divine feminines, and see what messages are coming through in what's going on with our relationships this week. So I usually pull 2 cards. Ooh, well, 2 just flew out. Okay, so those 2 just came out for the masculine. We just need 2 more for the feminine. And what I've seen so far is that there's been a lot of relationships in disunion or out of union, but all that's changing. Right now, a lot of people are taking steps to reconcile, to come back into union, okay? So that's been the theme for about the past month or so. All right. Okay, just like I was saying, masculine would like to say, please forgive me. We are not good for each other right now. Okay? Feminine would like to say, I feel rejected by you. I'm hoping we can work it out. Okay? Exactly in line with what I was saying. There's a lot of twins and soulmates who are not in union with their beloveds. And things were said, things were done to create this this break in the relationship. But what I'm seeing here is that there's love. You know, the masculine is seeking forgiveness, but just the timing right now is not great. And feminine is feeling rejected by her masculine, and she's hoping that she can work it out. So there is a sense of optimism here. There is love here. You know, there is a desire to fix it. It just has to be within the right timing, okay? And that goes exactly in line with the overall theme of this reading, has been about not forcing timelines, surrendering, detaching yourselves from an idea, and not dictating who is going to appear in your life, when and how and for what purpose, because that's just going to repel them. It is the ultimate surrender. It is the ultimate detachment. And it's just being cautionary of this black energy that maybe some of us are operating in. Okay, the sorcerer is here for a reason, and it's to remind us to stop that. Literally, stop it. And you are given a second chance to course correct, because you may have inadvertently hurt people. Feminines, maybe you did something to cause your masculine to walk away, to cause this break, or vice versa. But you're being asked to flow with the energy, and you're being asked to have patience and trust. Remember, patience came out twice in this reading, okay? And remember, when you operate from a place of gratitude and from a place of pure love, you can manifest and co-create anything that you desire, and it will be called in correctly, but you have to do it for the highest good of all parties involved. Do it from a place of love and support, and ultimately trust. That's it. Trust, okay? So before we close, I'm going to go ahead and pull one more card from the Nature's Whispers Oracle deck. This is just a cool way to end it on a positive note. And while I'm shuffling, I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for your love and support. It means so much to me. And thank you to all the new viewers and cross watchers who are here. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my site. Feel free to check out my Instagram at Awaken Healings. And there is a Facebook page that corresponds with that as well. So feel free to share, like, and subscribe to this video below. Please comment below and let me know what it is that you're working on, what's resonating. And I really want to get to know all of you. So also don't forget to click the bell, so that way you'll receive notifications about any new content I'm releasing. I do release content on a weekly basis for the energy readings, and I also do, I also do Zodiac healing reports, so check out your signs as well. The ones for April have already gone out 2 weeks ago, and I'll be releasing the mid-month reports probably tonight or tomorrow. All right, so check in with that. So what we received was a potential gateway. Okay, and I love it because it's literally almost like the tree of life. We've been getting a lot of trees in this reading. Tree of life here. It's all about earth energy and grounding. Okay, so this is coming in for a reason, but this is all about potential gateway. And you know, you're going through the portal, you're going through the path, and this is all about new beginnings. But you have to trust, let go, and let yourself be divinely guided. All right, so thank you to everybody who's watching. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. Continue to like, share, and subscribe below. Check out my Instagram site, check out my Facebook page, and I'll see you all next week. Check out your zodiac signs. Those are coming out as well, all right? Take care, lots of love, and I can't wait to hear how the full moon in Libra has impacted your lives, all right? Blessings to all of you. Take care. Bye-bye.